A supporter of the Tennessee Philharmonic, you definitely want to be there. 4 o'clock this Saturday at Murfreesboro First Presbyterian Church. A supporter of those are WGNS Good Neighbor events.
Candidates are well advised to tap into the so-called hidden job market. That's open jobs that do not appear on the major paid job boards. Companies may not post all or even any of their openings on those big sites. One site does uncover them. It's called WeHireAmerica.jobs. It aggregates all of the open job listings at America's largest employers and makes them easily searchable in one place, on one site. It was created by two nonprofits, and it's completely free to use, and there's no upselling or fees of any kind. Jobs range from entry-level part-time work to full-time professional positions all over the country. The jobs are pulled directly from the employer career sites. They do not include duplicates, out-of-date, or the temp agency listings that may dominate some other platforms. I recently found over 200,000 open job listings on the site. Check out WeHireAmerica.jobs. It could lead to your next job. With your next job, I'm Stephen Greenberg.
Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSradio.com.
We are broadcasting from the Middle Tennessee Electric Studios. You can take control of your account management and energy consumption with the MyMTE app. Download from the App Store to manage your account, improve your energy habits, and more. MTE, serving to make life better since 1936. Well, we have got a lot to talk about here today with our friends from the United Way. And joining us today here on WGNS is Kara Carpenter, the Director of Engagement and Volunteerism with the United Way. And we were just talking about how busy you have been. 2023 has gotten shot out of the cannon like a rocket, huh?
That's an understatement, Brian. It's great to be back today.
Well, let's hit a few of the events that have taken place or will, and we're going to spend some time talking about something special in April as well. But the community baby shower a couple of weeks ago, I saw photos from the event. It looks like it went off just as you planned.
It really did. We packed about 550 baby bags that were distributed to 10 different agencies and hospitals here in our community, and we had a little over 100 volunteers for the event that spanned about 3 days with the intake and then the distribution of the baby bags. So yeah, it was a really great effort. It went very smoothly, and the agencies were so appreciative of the bags, and we really appreciate our local businesses that took the time to collect the items for the bags. So yeah, that went really, really well.
And it's an annual event that the community continues to support. So
yes, it does. It does, for sure.
So I think the last time you were here, we touched on dodgeball, and you all put on, it seems like an interesting thing, but boy, is there a lot of interest in it.
Oh, for sure. We have our 4th annual dodgeball tournament coming up on Saturday, March 18th at the MTSU Rec Center, and we do have lots of sponsors for it, but it's not too late to register a team. So we are still taking team registrations. You can have a roster of 5 to 7 players. And it'll be a morning of a lot of fun, a lot of dodgeball, a lot of trash talk too, probably.
I can imagine. I know some of the folks that compete in that, and it's definitely a competition.
It is, for sure. Sure.
When I went to your local uw.org just to get some information about what we're going to be talking about today, in addition, I noticed that there was a big logo as soon as you log onto the website about Red, White, and Bayou. That's coming up soon.
Yes, that will be here. We're just in the throes of planning for that right now. So that's on Friday, May 5th, and it will be at the Grove at Williamson Family Farm. And it is our largest fundraiser every year. So it will be a low country boil theme and lots of fun. Robin C. and Fran Salas are co-chairs for this event, so they've been working hard, as well as our staff at United Way, to make it just a really fun fun evening.
And I'm sure you can find out more about that, and we'll be talking about it as we get closer, and tickets and sponsorships, all that stuff out there.
All the things, Brian. Yeah.
Well, another thing that pops up on the website that is going to be our focus of conversation today, it is the Storybook Breakfast that is coming up, and it's the 4th annual event, huh?
The 4th annual. We didn't have it because of COVID one year, but this is our 4th annual Storybook Breakfast, and this will be on April 22nd at Overall Creek Elementary School. And our presenting sponsor for this event is Murfreesboro Medical Clinic Pediatrics, which they are a repeat presenting sponsor. So we're very appreciative of our friends over at MMC Pediatrics. We have 2 sessions of the Storybook Breakfast. We have one seating at 9 a.m. and one at 10:30. And you can bring your kids, your grandkids to the breakfast and, have breakfast and meet some of your favorite storybook characters. And we'll have story time and crafts for the kids.
So tell me how this, it sounds like it's a community event. You've got the kids that will be there, and it's a storybook breakfast, so it sounds like there's going to be reading involved.
There is. We will have different storytellers reading, kids' favorite stories, and then we will have different characters, costume characters there, so the kids can have, a photo opportunity with some of the most popular ones. We've got Ladybug Girl and Max from Where the Wild Things Are, Elephant and Piggy, Bruce the Bear, Taco Dragon, and my personal favorite, Curious George. Love Curious George.
The Ladybug Girl sounds interesting too. But
yes.
So the popular storybook characters, are they part of the stories that will be read that day, or are they just popular books that these kids will know?
Both.
Okay.
The readers will be reading stories featuring the characters that will be there, but then we will have, like I said, photo opportunities so the kids can go around and have their picture made and with their favorite storybook characters.
So this event, it's for parents, it's for kids, and it is on a Saturday, and so that means it's kind of a community event. Anybody that wants to come? Absolutely.
Like I said, families can attend, or grandparents. It's a great opportunity, for grandparents to bring their grandkids, and each seating lasts about an hour. That should give you plenty of time to have some breakfast and do a craft, listen to a story, and then have your picture taken with the characters.
So this event again is on Saturday, April 22nd. A couple of sessions, 9 a.m. and 10:30 over at Overall Creek. Now, you mentioned your presenting sponsor, MMC Pediatrics, but are there other sponsorship availabilities out there for that?
There are. It's not too late to be a sponsor for this event. The deadline for sponsorships is March 15th. And if you go to our website, yourlocaluw.org/storybook, we have all of our sponsorship opportunities there if you want to take a look. And we'd love to have you as a sponsor.
And purchasing tickets right there too, huh?
Correct. Yes, you can purchase tickets. Individual tickets are $15 each. And then if you have 4 or more in your family over the age of 1, you can do a family ticket for a flat fee of $60.
Tell you what, I will put a link to that Storybook Breakfast website off of your website on the podcast section there, where folks can easily get to that and see the characters that will be there and purchase tickets and such from the website. We're talking today, by the way, with Kara Carpenter, Director of Engagement and Volunteerism with the United Way of Rutherford and Cannon Counties. This event you mentioned is the 4th annual Storybook Breakfast, started back in 2019, and this is a fundraising event. Kind of tell us what your fundraising, what the monies that are collected with the sponsorships and tickets will go for.
This event is a fundraiser for our local Imagination Library, started by Dolly Parton Foundation. The Imagination Library sends books to children from birth through age 5 in our community. And in Rutherford and Cannon counties, we have about 17,000 children who receive these books each month. And not many people know that half of those books are funded by your local United Way. So it's up to us to raise that money to, pay for the cost of those books, for the children in our community. So that's one reason we're having this breakfast is, to, raise money to keep that, effort going, and, to raise money for the Imagination Library that so many people, are a part of or have been in the past. So we get lots of comments, and, I remember when my kids, received those books each month, we, really looked forward to that. So
I do want to make sure that we emphasize something that you said there. 17,000 plus books every month.
Every month.
Right here in this area.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it really is. And you hear about Imagination Library, and a lot of folks are probably familiar with that. And Dolly Parton really got those things going. I see in town sometimes, an Imagination Library license plate and that kind of thing. And so, but there is some responsibility on the local level. So about half of that, you need to have a way to do that, right?
I mean, Dolly's very generous.
Yeah.
She can't pay for the total cost of everyone's book. So that's where we come into play to help out, to make sure as many children in our community have, books from the beginning of their life. So
yeah, and the reason I kind of wanted to touch on that is, maybe it's 17,000 now, but you've got a middle schooler and they were part of Imagination Library when they were kids, and you know how important that was. Or maybe you have little ones that the Imagination Library sends you the books each month, and this is a great event to go have fun and also support something that you really believe in and has touched your life and your children's life.
Yes, it sure is. It sure is. So, like we said earlier, this is a community event. Everyone's invited. And it's just a fun way to get out of the house on a Saturday morning and, spend some time learning, but also having some fun too. And
we know from, it's so important to teach children the importance of reading, even at a very, very young age. It is one of those things that will just stay with them forever. And so this is an important mission, isn't it? It absolutely is. It absolutely is. One of our bold goals at the United Way is quality early childhood education. And, it's never too early to start. And, what better way to read, a book to your little baby, and then the older they get and they can pick out their own books, and it just, that learning never ends. Well, kind of remind us about the fourth annual Storybook Breakfast, where we can get tickets, dates, and times and all that again. Sure. It's Saturday, April 22nd at Overall Creek Elementary School. We have 2 seatings, one at 9 o'clock a.m. and one at 10:30 a.m. Individual tickets are $15, and then family tickets for families of 4 or more are $60 for a flat fee. And you can go on our website at yourlocaluw.org/storybook to purchase tickets or to check out our sponsorship opportunities. And it is a storybook breakfast, so there's breakfast as part of this. Breakfast is part of it. And like I said, breakfast, story time, crafts, and then an opportunity for photos with the storybook characters. Now, with the 2 sessions, one at 9 and one at 10:30, it looks like it's, an hour and a half max for max. We try to figure about an hour, maybe an hour 15 to, get through everything, and that'll give us a chance to regroup, and the characters have a little break before the next
session comes in, and that just maximizes the number of people we can see. So,
sure.
yeah.
I thought that would be important information for those who might be wanting to attend. And it's sometimes you go to events and you don't really know how long it's going to be, and so that kind of helps with the planning of that as well. So, and again, we'll put a link on the podcast section on our website on this podcast as well to get to the Storybook Breakfast link on the United Way's site as well. And did we touch everything, Kara, today?
I think we did. We did. So, yeah.
Sounds good.
Thanks so much for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Absolutely. Look forward to it. And, enjoy the events that are coming up, and take a big deep breath somewhere along the way. You're going to need it, right?
I'm going to take a little break. Yes.
Very good. Kara Carpenter joining us, the Director of Engagement and Volunteerism. And again, if you missed part of the program, want to find out more about the Storybook Breakfast that we talked about, check WGNSradio.com under podcast and Rutherford Issues. You can also listen to the podcast, by the way, anywhere you listen to audio.
What's going on? Tesla's Model 3 now sells for